Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect, where in the previous episode we spent a lot of money, but to be fair we made it as well by, I wouldn't say exploitation of the grant system, but it's what we usually do where we get things done technically and then use that money to spend it on bigger and better projects or ones that are more laid out, as it were. Anyway, in the previous episode we built the kitchen, the canteen, as well as got the foundations, as well as some of the rooms here done. This is for our first cell block A. Incidentally, we do have cell block A as a grant, as well as visitation rights and inmate health and well-being. The plan for this episode, a couple of things. Firstly, we want to get this cell block completely done. 100% done. Maybe sans the flooring, but we'll see. We also want this area technically ready to work, so the infirmary, and we need to hire the people for that as well. So that's the minimum thing for that as well. And then we also need to have a little bit of a chat regarding the type of prisoners that we have, as well as the guards that we have, but we will save that for later on. So what I want to do first is go over here, and we need to build the medical ward. So we're going to go down to medical bed, and we will place one medical bed in there as well. And we're going to go to morgue and slab, and we're going to place one morgue slab in there just again to get that technically done. We do want to have the power running along. Now, I mentioned in the previous episode about the power requirements. So this power generator here, which is currently about to explode, let me place some more of them. Right, so this power generator is, well, we originally intended it to have 3 power generators, but we're going to slim it down to 2, I think. And what's going to happen is we'll have this power generator powering everything sort of to the south and the sort of south and southwest. Maybe including this, but also definitely including this. So this one here, as well as this room, will be controlled by that power generator which is not being placed. So what we'll have to do is retrofit it. So we'll probably just cut this little section out and then add another section from there. So it's not a massive issue. It's not a big problem. So anyway, we also will probably cut that off there and then cut that off there and then connect that up to that one. Yeah, I've already worked out roughly what we need to do. It's not a big problem. Anyway, so we do have the cables going along, and we will place them in probably here just to connect everything up and light everything up. And going down to about there is not terribly efficient, but it's also, well, fine. I guess it's going to connect them up and we'll have some lights in there. We do need to hire a couple of doctors and a psychologist to get this done. Psychologist will be there, and then finally we'll say 2 doctors, 1, 2, and then that will put us on to minus 850 per day, but it does give us that grant completed, which means we now have 38 grand. We can go for, what can we go for? Security procedures certification. We've already mentioned that last episode being problematic. Probably prison acclimatization and engagement, because it's pretty easy to get. So that is now sorted. We will need to place some electrical cables in there and there just to connect these things up. We also need to connect up the water pipe, but I will do that now. I might as well. Let's go for small pipe right across there. Don't know how far we'll need to go. In fact, I'll probably place in some more of these sinks just because they are only worth 20, so it's not like going to break the bank or anything, is it? I did mention about this section here, maybe cutting it across there and having this as a laundry. Still don't know about that one. We'll see how we get on. I was tempted to put it there, but on reflection, maybe not a good idea. But let's focus on this area. So this is going to be our main cell, rather. Speaking of holding cell, or rather, stopping myself mentioning holding cell, we're going to cancel that. We are going to place some brick walls in here. This is going to be our solitary area, as well as the security room at the front. So I'm going to place all that now. So rooms, and then where would it be? Let's put it to max speed here because, well, we can. And then go over to security. That is not security. Security, like so. That'll be placed in there, and we'll place all of the doors as we need to. So we'll go for a large jail door there, and then solitary doors are going to go across like so. I'm not going to, actually no, I did say I was going to build this 100%, so let's do just that. Let's build it as we should. We will also probably need to put some more lights in here because, as you can see, most of them are going to be removed. So let's just place them in like so, and that should be that. Fine. We do need to get some electricity into here, and the best way of doing it is probably just running straight down, like down there and down there maybe. We could do, but for sake of simplicity, we know that that is, well, fine. And we know that everything's connected up. Right, so that's the shower and all that put in. The shower will need to have some pipework running right across like so. If we wanted to, I can place in these solitary areas here some toilets. I might go ahead and do that, but I think it's important that we get these cells done. So we'll make 2 model cells. Actually, no, we'll have to make 4 of them technically, which is Oh, actually, will we need to make 4 of them? No, we'll still only need to make the 2. But it's just going to be, cloning is going to be fairly fun. So what we need to do is build this one, and then we can use that as a template to clone the rest. So that should be that pretty much sorted. Jail door will go on there. As I mentioned in the last episode, we're going to put the toilet on this corner, just so it's the furthest away from anything. I'm going to put it on its side there because, well, we can. And then we'll also go for a bed because that's generally a nice place to sleep. And like that. Right, so those are now in. In terms of flooring, I'm not going to place that just yet, simply because of probably the cost for it. And then now we know where stuff's going to be, we'll be able to run all of the pipework. So we know that the pipework will run along to there, and then the pipework will run along to there. And this section here we can dismantle. No reason to have it in there when we don't need it. I still don't think that there's an implementation for digging faster with pipes. I know that was the original intention, but I don't know if that's been lost in translation or just isn't a thing, or maybe it is, I don't know. All this time and I still don't know. Simple things like that. Oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, toilets will be placed in here. We might as well go ahead. There's not much space. In fact, you pretty much just sit on a toilet in this solitary area. Well, they shouldn't be doing horrible things. Right, so these are now placed in. In terms of cloning, I'll wait for this pipe to be placed and then I'll clone the rest of it. While they're doing that, I'm just double checking the kitchen is powered up, which is fine. Down here, which is the same. Now we've got the, you see these now are pissed off, and we need to sort that sooner rather than later. So they are pissed off because they do need food, and there's also a bowel and bladder need. So let's do something about that. Let's go over to a serving table, which will go in this corner here, followed by a table and chairs, which will go, where do we want to place the table and chairs? Well, we could place it in here, and I don't think that's unreasonable, so we'll place it like that, and then we'll say table, no, sorry, my mistake, benches either side like that, and then this section we could place some toilets, but I think we're just going to place them in the staff room instead. So we could have one there, and one, no, maybe not, one there, no, one there, one there would be fine, and the same on the other side, like so, and then we will place some doors. I know this is a bit of a weird way of doing it, but it will all work out once I've finished this off. Hang on. And then brick wall. Like that. And then what we'll do is we'll prioritise all of that, and then go. Because, as you can see, they are a bit pissed off. As they probably should be, because we've not taken care of their needs. I was under the assumption that their needs would not be simulated until prisoners turned up, but apparently that is not the case. Now, luckily, these toilets have been placed, and as you can see, even though the doors are in there, it has classed that as a separate staff room, which is really annoying. I thought the doors, but it hasn't for this one. Oh no, it has. Okay, so we're gonna have to get rid of those rooms, but that should hopefully still work. No, that's a problem then. How am I going to sort that out? Food is going to be brought down. I'm not worried about that. But I am worried about this not working. Bladder and bowel requirements. Right. What is the best course of action? Okay. I don't think I can designate it as the staff room again. No, I'd have to remove that door, and that's not acceptable. Okay, dismantle all of these. We'll redo this. What we'll do is have one corner of this as like a toilet block type thing. So where are the workers? I think they're cracking on doing all this pipe work. Yeah, they'll probably come over here shortly. Yeah, they are. Sorted. So, let's go over planning. We'll check to see roughly what we can do. It would have to be this coming along. This will be this block here, and they'll come around. And then, no, how are we going to do it? So essentially you come around and then it's sort of open plan. So it doesn't look really daft. That's not terrible. Toilet there, and then toilet there, and then there. Actually, that one is open. So, and when you're there, you're staring across to someone else. Okay, I'll make it simpler for myself. I'll demolish. Yeah, demolish walls. I'll get rid of these walls, and then I'll place it staff room again. I could probably put it in the canteen, but I'm not really. After playing Oxygen Not Included, thinking, put a toilet in the canteen, germs, germs, germs. No, it's not simulated like that. So we want staff room in there and in here. And let's have a quick planning exercise. So the entrance would be there. Come round and then you've got your toilets there. You've still got the same issue though of that there's no doors on these toilets, but there's not much you can do about it, really. The only other way is to have it like that, and you have the toilet around that corner, which is just taking up loads of room. Or we could just make it really easy on ourselves and just have it like open plan, essentially. And just you come around this corner, toilets there. Or maybe toilets across there and toilets across there, so you're not seeing into it. You know what? I'm taking too much time on working out what a toilet is. That's going to do. It's just going to have to do. I really can't muster up too much enthusiasm for a toilet block. There we go. That's now in. It's probably actually too many toilets anyway. In terms of water then, we are going to have to bring this water pipe down, which we knew we were going to have to do anyway, so it isn't a problem. And actually that's only going to run to there, and then it will run up. No, that was right. That was right. It goes along this side, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Place it to there, and I'm guesstimating that this will reach the end, but just for the sake of the money that's going to cost, I think I'll just place that in there. So this is still a staff room. You see, it does still say that. It just means that they're going to have to come around and use that, and they did not. I think it's because they're not plumbed in. I mean, that would probably have worked if we plumbed it in, but it didn't designate the staff room, and that can cause some issues, especially when it comes to designation. So I'd rather build it like this, and I think that would probably work out. So the workers are putting all of this pipe work in. In terms of money and stuff, we are still not too bad. I'm going to start cloning these across there. So actually, I'll wait for these to finish this one, because there are a lot of staff needs that are not yet being taken care of. You can see rest is fine, food is not fine, because we haven't yet designated that as staff only, and we'll start designating all this staff only because we might as well. Morgue is fine, storage, power, and that is us. And now that will become a staff canteen, which changes things. And what will happen is stuff will be brought in. In fact, has it already been brought in? There it is there. It's already been brought in. These are like packets of crisps and things like that, because essentially any food that's been eaten by the staff cannot be made. 3 packets of crisps, good choice. Any stuff that's been eaten by the staff cannot be made inside the facility, like in the normal kitchen. It has to be brought in from an external source for security reasons, naturally. And well, there we go. So we've got some crisps, and some fruit, including, well, what's that? Looks like oranges, bananas, and could be tomato, but more like to be grapefruit or something. I think grapefruit. And the toilets now work. Most excellent. And I've just realised how... What? Why is there such a size difference in the guard? Oh, because we've got that... we've got these super guards on, haven't we? Right, so we've got super guards, so that's why they're bigger. Fair enough. Super guard away. Let's check to see the size of it. You don't... I didn't notice previously because there wasn't really any sense of scale until now. So there you are. Anyway, we're going to put a filing cabinet up the top here. We'll put a desk right in the front there, as well as the chair. That's a shower head. There we go, as well as the chair. Or actually what I'll also do, because this always comes back to bite me if I don't place them. Let's go to, where is it? It is a sprinkler, and I'm going to place a sprinkler system in here. So the sprinkler system will go in like so, and there we are, and then we will connect that up to the water pipe, and it'll be that and that, I believe. Yes, and so we now have a sprinkler system in the kitchen, because for whatever reason it keeps setting on fire. Let's go over to staff needs. You can see that there is some needs in terms of bladder, bowels, food, but that's because we've now fixed all that, so they are going to have that. Look at the size of that on there. That's just absolutely insane. Right, so what we're going to do is go over to quick build and cloning, and we will clone probably this section here and then work across. That should hopefully do. Sadly the light is in there and there. That's going to be a problem for cloning. So we might end up with double lights in here. Okay, I'll see how we get on. Let's just work across like so. And then the last one will go in there. That should be it done. And some of the lights may be placed. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Anyway, so there's that ordered. And then we'll have to get this one done. So we'll go over to quick build and cloning. And actually, no. Yes, no. Yes, maybe? Yes, that one. Right, so across here like so. As I said, we'll probably end up getting more lights and stuff, but it's not a massive issue. And there's that sorted. Now, these ones can also be used to clone here. There we go, which is why I didn't need to build the bottom one. I can do it like this. Obviously, that's spending a bit of money, but you have to speculate to accumulate, as they say. This one, bit different, because we currently don't have a wall, so we'll have to order that one, perhaps. Yeah, that's fine. That cloning seems to be acceptable. Obviously, this is spending a hell of a lot of money, but, well, we need to do it. And then a brick wall right across there. And that's job done. So, it's on max speed. We will build this thing here. And that will give us the cell block A done. Excellent. We also need to get this, or we don't need, but we're going to get visitation, right? So it's requiring things like pool tables, also some visitor booths, etc. So the visitor, not visitor booths, visitor tables, big difference. We currently have booths, and that's what we were originally planning on having. However, we are just going to place 1, 2, and 3 visitor tables just for grant purposes. We will then remove it, and because it does say add at least 3, not have, add. Very big difference. So it counts how many we've added, not however many is placed. Same as adding a pool table. I'll add at least 2 TVs. So we'll add a pool table. Cancel that. Add a couple of TVs. Done. Cancel that. Obviously, we still bought these, and we will be placing them. Don't worry, we'll still be using them. But at the time, for this, at this juncture, no. And then phone booths. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to be placed. This is build at least, and looks like that isn't the case. It does say build rather than add. So yeah. A lot of inconsistencies there. Anyway, over to grants, we're going to go for security procedure certification simply because, maybe not. Let's go for cell block B. I was just about to say, I checked over on one corner and, yeah, actually, we're just about to get that grant done, but we also have the ability to go for security procedure certification. So we've got cell block B now, which is increase our prisoner capacity to 50, which is not, I don't think it's, is it possible here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. No, but close enough. Close enough, once we get the other one built. But we need to start thinking about the flooring, which I'll put in a moment, as well as some of the walkways towards that, and then security. So that's what we'll, next episode. What we'll do is we'll do this common room, make sure it's functional. We'll also make sure that the kitchen and the canteen's ready to cater for the prisoners, and we'll probably build this here just so we have the chapel. And it was, what was it? The chapel, and it was the. That's the thing, because I don't currently have parole, and I don't currently have, well, I don't currently have parole, don't currently have a chapel, don't currently have a laundry, and there's many other things that we just don't have. So yeah, we've got a little ways to go before we get some prisoners, but we need to get this sorted. Now, the original intention And I'd like your feedback on this one. The original intention was to have one guard every 10 prisoners. And we did specifically state that it was guards as in any type of guard, including the armed guards as well as the dogs. So armed guards and dogs, K9 units. So, and I think I sent snipers as well. Now, would you still want to stick with that, knowing that this isn't going to go too well? The original idea was good, but there's another compounding factor, is that all of the prisoners that turn up are going to be gang members, and that's going to cause a hell of a lot of problems. Not just problems, but bugs, because it does tend to glitch out now and again with that one. So I'd like to know what you think when it comes to the guard distribution, whether or not we get more guards, so we go for maybe one guard every 5 prisoners, or whether we say one guard every 10 but exclude snipers from that, so at least we can have these 4 sniper towers there, and that'll all work. Do you want to do that? Do you want to, or just stick with the original idea, and then if it fails, try again, or just say it was a bad idea, leave it there? Or, as a lot of people have suggested, remove this full gang member intake. So we can, the mutator is currently on. We can edit the save to remove that. It's not a big problem, and have it so that even though we still have super guards, but those will probably not be able to deal with, say. Well, if this was full of, an even distribution, you've got maybe 10 gang members of each colour in here. You've got your red, green and blue gang members. That's very, very difficult to deal with, even with super guards. So do we want to say turn that off and have the original idea, or maybe stick with it and see how we get on, or even think about sort of changing up so we have more guards? I'd like to know what you think on all of that, and the reason I'm asking now is because even though we probably won't get prisoners next episode, I need to sort of start planning for that and whatnot, and obviously the delay between the episodes coming out and all of that sort of thing. So yeah, let us know what you think in the comments, and we will go from there. At least we have this pretty much sorted. I do need to place the flooring, but we can get on with that next episode. Speaking of that, we will go probably for the security procedure certification, which is hire 10 guards and assign them to patrol routes. We may sack the guards. We may get rid of them. I haven't yet decided, but we'll see. Again, whatever you think. But that'll be when we get the prisoners. I don't necessarily mind keeping them and then getting rid, although that will take money, but we'll see. And then we'll obviously also go for this cell block B, which requires this, but I think next episode is really about finishing off some of these, getting the flooring in. So we'll see how we get on. As always, so if you haven't enjoyed the video and the series thus far, thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.